kind of trying to see the movie in your head. So when our narrator says fade in, you just start seeing the movie in your head. And the more you can see it in your head, the better of a script it is, actually. And the writers have been working all year to bring you this incredible screenplay. I'm going to bring them up to hear their story, but their job for the first time all year is just to sit and listen to this script. And they're hoping that you're going to cry where they thought you were and laugh definitely where they thought you were. And if the opposite happens, that's going to teach them a lot about their script. You have ballots that we will collect at the end of the reading. This is a feature, so there will be an intermission. The criteria that you're judging is the same criteria that most agencies use to judge a script submission. This feature is in a feature-length competition with another feature. If you were here earlier, the selections are against other selections in a different category. I'm very, very excited to bring up the authors of this screenplay. So can I please have the authors of Time Traveling Sandwich, Rupert McPherson's Time Traveling Sandwich, to the stage. Jaime Ballesteros. Margrette. Omar and Erin. And I'm going to let them introduce their cast.
All right, I'll start it off with our wonderful narrator with an awesome voice. This is Rmtts.
Playing Antonio, Henchman, and Chuckle.
We have Kucevich playing Donnie and Nigel.
And the dynamic Lee Justice Hall playing Rupert. Also, disregard the, what is it called? Is it the
Cast list.
cast list? We have somebody new, came in at the last minute, who's going to be taking over Reginald McPherson, Anthony Santos.
Andrea Alcalde playing Sophia Adler.
And as the evil Vivian, we have Catherine McHale.
We have Eugene Goryachev playing Cook, Aide, Einstein, Rick, reporter number 1, guard, Wesley, and finally, Tim Weisinger playing man in hazmat suit, Newton, reporter number 2, and goon number 2.
I also want to say before these talented group of writers exit that all of the writers were responsible for creating themselves a poster to publicize their script selection. And if you've been with us today, you've seen some of those. So this is their one sheet. That's what we call the poster that's in front of a movie theater that advertises the poster. Meaty Bite to the Past. So this is their fabulous selection, and this is another competition that we have, the Poster Creativity Challenge, and those votes, those posters are in your program, and that vote will be taken tomorrow night. So, are we ready to time travel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to let you guys get off the stage before we take the lights out. Okay, please help me in giving a warm welcome to the premiere reading. This is one of the few programs, actually maybe one of the only program in the country where you actually write features in an undergraduate program, rather than just dramatic writing. I'm extremely proud of these students, and I'm for everybody who's presented today, and especially proud of you all for creating a feature. And please help me in welcoming once again our premiere reading of Rupert McPherson's Time Traveling Sandwich.
Reginald Reggie McPherson's many accolades growing up. We see an 8-year-old Scottish boy wearing a kilt. He has a bowl cut. This is Reggie McPherson. Television crews surround his house. He stands before a shrine of medals and trophies. In the background, we see an 11-year-old Scottish boy who looks like Reggie, only more lanky, lighting a curtain on fire. This is Reggie's brother, Rupert. Reggie is 13 and sitting in a giant lecture at a university. Reggie graduates top of his class at this university. His cap and gown are adorned with about 20 sashes. Reggie is standing before a giant class. We see a crest above the door. This is Cambridge. Students are at the edge of their seats. One young woman seems particularly impressed. Newspaper article with Reggie on the cover with the same young woman from his class. A small caption reads, McPherson Star Student Awarded Invitation to Washington Science Summit. Reggie stands before a panel of scientists and jury members. We see the young woman being questioned. Pictures are placed before him showing the young woman entering his front door at 1:30 in the morning. Several young women are being questioned. They smile coyly in between detailed stories of affairs with Reggie. Reggie walks to his car carrying a single box. Reporters pester him and photographers snap away. We see Reggie arguing with a beautiful young woman. She throws a book at him. She slams the door as she exits the room. Interior, Reggie's classroom, New Jersey, day. Reggie is standing inches from a blackboard, writing rigorously. He writes down an array of X's and Y's and various other markings that make up complex equations. By now, the board is more white than black. Behind him, his half-empty classroom rumbles with the soft sound of snores and heavy breathing, along with indistinguishable side chatter.
So by that, we reach another barrier. And Y, or the wave of light, at.
He turns around to face a class of students half asleep. One young lady files her nails, while a guy in a sleeveless shirt picks his nose, examines the contents, and flicks them away in that order.
Any questions?
The look of excitement that Reggie had on his face prior to turning around completely disappears.
Figured as much.
Reggie turns back around and slightly smiles at the sight of his equations. On a wall above a window, the long arm clicks to land on 12. And with that, the students rush out. Reggie walks solemnly down the hall. Interior, Reggie's office, night. Reggie is standing at his desk, packing his things away, and takes one last glance over a term paper on his desk that depresses him. In the background, we see a picture of Reggie with another man, each with an arm thrown over the shoulder of the other. The other man is slightly taller and vaguely resembles Reggie. Before heading out, he sits down on his office chair and opens a bottom drawer of his desk. He pulls out a half-empty bottle of scotch. He twists off the top and takes a swig. As he goes to return the bottle to its resting place, he freezes at the sight of a photo at the bottom of the drawer. In the photo, we see a young, subtly gorgeous young woman. Her blonde hair is draped over her shoulders as she is turning to face her photographer with a smile, and one hand busy pointing down into a textbook. She must have just been cracking into a laugh, forever frozen in time now. This is the same girl from the montage. Reggie sighs as he stands up. As he turns to leave, the phone rings and he picks it up, putting the receiver to his ear.
Hello.
So I hear there's this brilliant Scottish physicist in residence, and I was wondering if I could get a moment of his time.
Reggie suddenly sits upright and smiles.
Brilliantly